Now let us talk about while loops. We use while loops to run a specific code until a certain condition is true. Here is the syntax of while loop. We use while keyword, then the condition and colon, then we keep a space of one tab, then we write the codes we want to run. Now let us take a look at example. In this case, I have created a variable called I equal to 0. Then I have created a while loop. Condition is I less than 3. Then content is print text. Then add 1 to the existing value of I. Now let us see how this code will run. First, Python will check whether this condition is true or not. Since I is equal to the 0, it is less than 3. So the condition is true. Then Python will run the content. It will print text. Then it will add 1 to the existing value of I. Now again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to the 1. It is still less than 3, so the condition is true. So it will print text again. It will add 1 to the I again. Then again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 2. It is still less than 3. So the condition is still true. So it will print text again. It will add 1 to the I. Now it will go to the beginning again. Now I is equal to 3. So now I is not less than 3. So the condition is false. Therefore Python will not run this code. Then it will terminate the while loop. Now let us talk about two control statements in while loop. First one is break statement. We can use break statement to end while loop permanently. So let us see this example. I have created variable called I equal to 0. Then the condition is I less than 3. Then print text I plus equals 1. If I equal to 2, break. Now let us see how this code going to work. First I is equal to 0. So it is less than 3. So the condition is true. So it will run the contents of the while loop. First it will print text. Then it will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 1. But I is not equal to 2. It is still 1. So break statement will not work. Then it will go to the beginning. So I is equal to 1. It is still less than 3. So it will print text again. Again it will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 2. So now this condition is true. So now it will run break statement. So it will end the while loop permanently without go to the beginning. The second control statement in while loop is continue statement. We can use this statement to stop the current iteration of while loop and continue with the next iteration. So let us take a look at example. I have created a variable called I equal to 0. Then the condition is I less than 4. If I is equal to 2, then I plus equals 1. Then continue. Within the while loop, print I plus equals 1. Now let us see how this is going to work. First I is equal to 0. So it is less than 4. This condition is true. Then it will check whether this condition is true or not. So I is not equal to 2. These two codes will be skipped. Then it will print I is equal to 0. Then it will add 1 to the I. Now again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 1. Again it is less than 4. So the condition is true. I is not equal to 2. So these two codes will be skipped again. Then again it will print I. Now I is equal to 1. Then it will be add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 2. Again it will be go to the beginning. I is equal to 2. So this condition is true. This time I is equal to 2. This condition is true this time. Therefore, these two codes will be executed this time. It will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 3. Then it will run continue statement. So current iteration will be stopped. Therefore, it will not run these two codes. Again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 3. So the condition is still true. I is equal to 3. So this condition is false this time. So these two codes will be not executed this time. It will print I. I is equal to 3 this time. It will add 1 to the I. Now I is equal to 4. Again it will go to the beginning. Now I is equal to 4. This time this condition is false. So the while loop will be terminated. So you can see in the output 2 has been skipped. Now let us go to the PyCharm and take a look at live examples. Now I am creating variable I equals 0 while I less than 5 colon. I want to print 1 divided by 3 minus I. Then 5 plus equals 1. Let us run this code and see what will happen. You can see it gives an error when I is equal to the 3. Because we cannot divide the number by 0. So we have to skip iteration when I is equal to 3. So let us try continue statement. If I equal to 3, I plus equals 1, continue. Now let us run the code again and see what will happen. Now you can see it has been run without any error. In this video, I am going to explain about for loop. We use for loop to run block of code a specific number of times. Here is the syntax for loop. We use keyword for, then the variable, we can use any name, then keyword in, then we have to specify a sequence. Here we can specify a list or dictionary. Then we have to put a colon. Then we have to put the space of 1M. Then we can run the contents. Here, this variable accesses each item of sequence in each iteration. Now let us see an example. Here I have created the list. Then the values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have created the for loop. In first iteration, I will equal to first element of list. So it will print the value of 5. In this case, it is 0. In the second iteration, I will equal to second element of the list. That means 1. In the third iteration, it will equal to third element in the list. That means 2. In the fourth iteration, it will equal to 3. In the fifth iteration, it will equal to 4. In the last iteration, it will equal to 5. Similarly, we can use range function to generate a list of values between two intervals. In this case, it will generate a list called numbers, which contains numbers from 0 to 5. We can get same results as the above example by running these codes. Now let us go to PyCharm. Now I am creating a list called x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I am creating a for loop for iterating items of this list. For I in x print 5. Now let us run this code. Now you can see elements have been printed. Now let us run the end function. For I in range. I am typing 6 here. Then colon. Print I. Now you can see these are the results. If you want to iterate between two values, you have to give two values separated by a comma. So I am going to iterate between number 3 and number 6. So I am giving number 3, comma 6. Then this will iterate number 3 to 5. Now let us run the code. Now you can see 3, 4, 5. Now let us take a look at how to iterate the values and keys in a dictionary. I am creating a dictionary called dict equals color equals red, brand, Corolla, year 2000. Now I am creating a for loop for I in. Now we have to use keys function to get the keys. I am typing dict dot keys, then print height. So I have to put a colon. Now you can see keys in the dictionary has been printed. Now I am going to print the values. Dict dot values. Now you can see values has been printed. There is another way to print the values. For that I am typing keys again. I am typing the name of dictionary. Within the square brackets, height. Now you can see again it has printed the values. In this video, I am going to talk about classes and objects in Python. On simple terms, an object in Python is a collection of variables and functions. We call properties for variables in an object and methods for functions. Class is a blueprint for creating objects. We can create many objects from same class. There is a class called car. These are 3 different objects created from that class. Therefore, we call objects are the instances of a class. This is the syntax for creating a class. We use keyword class. Then we specify the name of the class. Then we put a colon. As usually, we put a space of 1 tab. Then we have to create a function called constructor. To define function, we use this keyword as usually. Then we have to put 2 underscores. Then type in it. Again 2 underscores. Within the parentheses, we have to put a keyword called self. Then we can specify the arguments. We use self keyword in front of variables to make a property. Here I have created a property called color, which is equal to argument color. Property brand is equal to the argument brand. Property model is equal to the argument model. So these values will be assigned to these properties. Now we have created the class called car. It has properties, color, brand, and model. Now let us create these 3 instances. First I have to specify the name of instance. We can use any name, then assignment operator, then name of the class, then within parentheses, we have to pass the arguments. So in this case, red is the color, Ford is the brand, Mustang is the model. In car 2, color is blue, brand is Toyota, and the model is Prius. In car 3, color is green, brand is Volkswagen, and the model is Wolf. Now let us talk about methods. Methods are the functions inside the class or object. So the syntax of method is similar to the function, except we have to put self keyword within the parentheses. Now I have created the method called getDetails. It will print color, brand, and model after we calling the method. This is the way of calling method. We have to specify the name of the object, then put a dot, then name of the method. Now I am creating a class called car. Now I am creating the constructor def double underscore init within parentheses self. Then I have to specify the arguments. I am typing color, brand, then model. Now I am creating properties self dot color equals color, self dot brand equals brand, self dot model equals model. Now I am creating a method called getValues. Def get values. I want to print. I am using a string here. Color colon within curly braces self dot color brand. Then curly braces self.friend model self.model. Now I am creating another method called drive. I want to print I am driving. Now I am creating another method called stop. I want to print page supply. Okay, now let us create the instance of this class. I am creating an instance called car1. Within the parentheses, I have to pass the parameters. Color is white. Brand is Toyota. Model is Prius. Now I am creating another instance. Car2 equals class name. Color is red. Again, brand is Toyota. Model is Prius. Now I want to print the color of car2, so I am typing print car2 dot color. Now you can see color is red. Now I want to print the brand of car1. I am typing print car1 dot brand. Now you can see brand has been printed. Now I want to call the getValues method in the car1, so I am typing car1 dot getValues. Now you can see values has been printed. Again, let us do same for car2. Car2 dot getValues. Now you can see these are the values of car2. Now I am going to call the drive method. I am typing car1 dot drive. You can see I am driving has been printed. Now I am typing car1 dot stop. Now you can see brake supplies has been printed. Now I am going to create a separate Python file for classes. For that I am creating new Python file. Give it the name classes. Then I will cut paste this into that file. Now I have to import classes from that file. For that I am typing from classes import name of the class. Now you can see program is still working. In this section, I will talk about data analysis with Pandas library. Pandas is a Python library which is designed for data analysis. There are two main data types in Pandas. They are Pandas series and Pandas data frame. Now let us take a look at Pandas series. Pandas series is a 1D data structure. It is similar to column in a table. So this is the structure of Pandas series. You can see these are the indexes and these are the values. This is the syntax for creating a Pandas series. First we import Pandas into Python. For that we type import Pandas as ed. Then I have created the list called X. It has values A, B and C. Then I have created the Pandas series called data series. We can give any name here. Then I have used .series method in the Pandas library. Then I passed list X as an argument. Then it will create the Pandas series from that list. Then I have typed print data series. It will print the series. So the output will be A, B, C. Then the indexes are 0, 1, 2. Before importing Pandas library, first we have to install it in PyCharm. For that, go to the bottom of PyCharm, then click Python packages. Then search here Pandas. Select this one. Then click install package. Then you can see it will install here. Okay, now we have installed Pandas. After installing, it will take some time to load into PyCharm. You can find it here after loading. You can see Pandas folder. Now I am going to import Pandas. For that I am typing import Pandas as pd. Then I am going to create a list called X. Now I am going to create a series from this list. For that I am specifying a name for the series. Series X. You can give any name. Then pd.series. Within the parentheses, I have to pass the list. Now I am typing print name of the series. Now you can see these are the indexes of the series. Now let us see how to select values of a series by the indexes. For that we have to type name of the series. Then within square brackets we have to specify the index. I want to select letter C. For that I am specifying index 2. Now you can see specified element has been selected. Now let us see how to add custom indexes. For that within the parentheses I have to put a comma. Then specify the attribute index. Then I have to pass a list. Now you can see these are the custom indexes we have specified, and these are the values. We can select elements by these custom indexes. Again syntax is same. Now you can see letter 2 has been selected. Now let us talk about Pandas data frames. Pandas data frame is a 2D data structure. It is similar to a table with rows and columns. You can see these are the columns and these are the rows. Each row has an index. We have to import Pandas in the beginning of the code. Then I have created a dictionary instead of a list. Then I have specified name of the data frame. Then assignment operator. Then pd.data frame within the parentheses. I have to pass a dictionary. Now let us see how to select a specific value of a data frame. For that we have to specify the name of the data frame. Then within the square brackets we have to specify the column. Then again within the square brackets we have to specify the row. Now imagine I want to select this data point. So the syntax is name of the data frame, df. Then within the square brackets, first I have to specify the name of the column. I put quotation marks. Then age. Again within the square brackets, I have to specify the row. So in this case, row is 0, 1, 2. Now let us try an example. In this case, there is a dictionary called record. Now let us create a data frame from this dictionary. For that I am typing df equals pd.data frame within the parentheses name of the dictionary. Now let us print this. Now you can see these are the columns of data frame. Then these are the rows of data frame. Now I am going to select this data point. For that I am typing. Now within the square brackets I have to specify the column first. Then again within the square brackets I have to specify the row. 0, 1, 2. Now you can see data point has been selected.